Welcome all. Today's topic is cultural contributions of Chalukyas of Badami. The people of Karnataka should be grateful to the Chalukyan heritage not because of their empire building activities but because of the fact that they protected and developed the land, language and culture of the Kannadigas. Their contribution in the field of religion, art and architecture is of immense value. First, let us study about the religion. The period of Badami Chalukyas was an era of revival of Hindu culture and spirituality. They followed Vaishnavism. They were the followers of Hindu faith and encouraged other religions also. The Vaishnavas, Shaiva and Shakta culture had encouragement from both rulers and the subject. Though Hinduism witnessed all these changes, Jainism did not lose its popularity. But Buddhism was on the decline in Karnataka. The Chalukyas styled themselves as Arati Putras of Manavya Gotra. Though Hinduism continued, yagnas and other rituals lost their significance. Idol worship and temple building became common. Manusmriti, epics, agamas, worship of many gods attained importance. Temples were built in large numbers. Badami, Pattadakallu and Aihole became the famous religious centers. Vishnu, Shiva, Kartikeya, Shakti, Saptamatrikas were the important gods and goddesses of the period. Pulakeshi too had called himself as Parama Bhagavata, meaning a great lover of God in his inscription. The different incarnations of Vishnu, namely Varaha, Narasimha and Trivikrama idols were carved in the cave temples built by Mangalesha. In later days, the Chalukyas gave up Vaishnavism and appear to have become followers of Lakulisha or Pashupata of cult of Shaivism. Mangalesha has given grants to Mukteshwara temple of Mahakuta. Though they were the followers of Vishnu and had adopted emblem of Varaha. In the course of time, they drifted towards Shaivism. Vijayaditya constructed the Vijayeshwara Shiva temple, Lokeshwara, Trilokeshwara at Pattadakallu. Even in Aihole and Mahakuta, beautiful Shiva monuments can be seen. The Nataraja, Ardhanarishwara, Arihara and Mahishasura Mardini sculpture at the cave temples of Badami throw light on the religious life of Chalukyas. Jainism also got generous encouragement. The officials, scholars and common people of Jain faith had spread throughout the empire. Ravikirti, who composed the inscription of Aihole, was the Dandanayaka of Pulakeshi too. He was a Jain and he built a Jinendra temple at Aihole. The Jain temples and institutions received great encouragement and endowments. Jain temples were centers of education. Vinayaditya gave the village Gudigere as a grant for Jain Agrahara. Vikramaditya granted many villages for the upkeep of the Basadi at Puligere. Jainism developed into a popular religion during the Chalukyans and later Rashtrakuta period. About 30% were Jains. Next, let us study about their education. Vedic education was encouraged by the Chalukyan emperors and governors. They established Brahmapuris, Matas, Agraharas and Gurukulas where Upanishads, Dharmashastras, Saddarshanas etc. were taught. Well to the people of upper caste learnt literature, music, mathematics etc. Scholars were patronized by rulers and aristocrats. Some of them enjoyed land grants and 50% revenue from certain villages. During the Chalukyan period, Aihole, Kollapura, Nasik, Alasi, Banavasi and Badami were the prominent education centers. According to Hind Sangh, a Buddhist bhikshu taught in the Buddhist viharas at Nasik. These were the cave viharas. Alasi was the center of education for the Jains. Let's know about the literature. Sanskrit and Kannada languages were enriched under Chalukyas. Though most of the inscription of those days are in Sanskrit language, the inscription in Kannada, the script in Kannada only. Kannada inscription are in large numbers. The Kannada inscription of 7th century AD are in poetic form. This indicates the antiquity of development of Kannada literature. The Mahakuta pillar inscription, which depict the adventures of victories of Kirtivarma I appeared to have been inspired by Raghuvamsha of Kalidasa. The most significant literary work of the period was the play Kaumudi Mahotsava by Vijaya Mahadevi or Vijaya Bhattarike. She was the daughter-in-law of Pulakeshi II, queen of Chandraditya. The Nasik inscription of the Darasraya Jai Simha tells us that Shiva Bhattaraka was the author of the play Hara Parvatiya. Apart from these, many other inscriptions have been found. Ravikirti's Aivola inscription is in Sanskrit work in the form of the inscription during the period 634 AD. This describes the adventures of the Pulakeshi II. This is the image of Aihole inscription. This is Old Kanda inscription of Chalukya king Mangalesha dated 578 AD at Badami cave temple 3. This is the Old Kanda inscription on victory pillar at Virupaksha temple in Pattadakallu. Now let us study about fine arts. Music and dance were highly patronized during this period. The famous court dancer Veena Poti was patronized by Vijayaditya. The edict of the period make a mention of many dances. In one of the Pattadakallu edict, mention has been made of a proficient dancer being highly praised. This has humbled down many others who had boasted of their own proficiency. The edict also speaks of many queens who were good at dancing. In the Shikaripura inscription, the special title of Lachala Devi has been described. The title Sri Nritya Vidyadhari had been conferred upon her. Another edict throws light on the famous Savla Devi. Next, let's know about music. Some of the temple carvings depict musical instruments like veena, flute, tala, maddale, damaruga, etc. These suggest that popular musical instruments of that period. Musicians were called Gandharvas, who were expert in singing, dancing, and the use of musical instruments. The musicians of the royal court were granted land grants, cash grants, along with rewards and awards. Both men and women were expert in music and dance. They were expert in Bharatanatyam Shastra, which was also a standard work on classical music and dance. Next, let's know about painting. Color paintings were very popular in the Chalukyan period. They were using various colors made of plants, minerals, and animal fat. Prominent colors were red, blue, green, yellow. Black and white colors were rarely used. These colors were made of charcoal powder, brick powder, gum from the plant, fat from the animal, etc. Painting brushes were made from hairs of cow, calf, squirrel, horses, and other animals. Paintings were made on the walls, pillars, roof of temple, matas, and palaces. Near Badami and its surrounding, line drawings and colored pictures are seen. Dr. Sundara had discovered faded colored picture on the rocks in the hills of Badami and the Malagatti Shiva temple near Badami. Similar paintings are seen in Sidilapadi, Satidloni and Mahakuta, but they have all faded over the years due to the exposure to sun and shower. Paintings of monkey and birds on the trees are a special feature. In the Mahishasura Mardini temple at Mahakuta near Badami, figures of men, deer, bison, bulls and are seen. On the rocks of Sidilapadi in Badami, picture of group dance, snakes, dogs, birds and bulls are seen. In the cave temple, picture of Mahishasura Mardini, Ganesha, Shivalinga and Garuda are finely carved. In another cave temple at Badami, the picture of the king's court is painted. Picture of music and dance are artistically done. The scene of Varahavatara depicts giant boar lifting the earth in the form of Bhudevi is beautifully painted in the panel of Dashawataras. Vamana Avatara is also beautifully painted in the Badami caves. Details of these paintings can be found in Shomeshwara's Abhila Shitratha Chintamani, Dandi's Dashakumara Charita, Bana's Harsha Charita, Harshavardhana's Ratnavali, Kalidasa's Meghaduta, Vatsayana's Kamasutra, Shudraka's Nritya Katika. In the next class, let's learn about architecture of Chalukyas of Badami. Thank you.